Well, bright spot was Velasquez pitched very well. Got us 7 innings. Looked good. Had his velocity. Did a good job to keep us in the game, and so did Neris and Gomez. We're in that hitting funk again. We're just not swinging the bats. Too many bad at bats. We're not grinding out at bats, and we need to do that. Our best chance to score is when Howie hit that ball off the pitcher's rear end or wherever it hit him, and that didn't amount to anything. But too many called third strikes with men in scoring position. That's a pet peeve of mine, and we're going to address that. So we just need a hit.
How are you going to address it?
I'm going to have a meeting with the team and address it. No, I'm going to address it. I'm going to have a meeting.
Did you feel like you could push Vince a little bit because he had a little longer layoff?
Yeah, he would have 105 pitches. That's not pushing a guy, really. I mean, if you kind of expect your starter to throw 115, 120 pitches, so he's capable of doing that. We just need to start hitting better.
Tommy's still making a case for himself. He had that home run and single tonight.
Who, Tommy?
Yeah.
Without question, you know. But he took that called third strike with bases loaded. I didn't like it, but I got to like him. I think he's gonna improve as we go along.
Any thought to Freddie Bunting in that situation?
Well, under the circumstances, with the pitching the way it is, with the extra innings, and I won't say we're short on pitching, but I'm playing to win the game. I don't want to tie it. Especially, what is that, the 7th inning? I didn't want to play for one run in the 7th inning against this team. They've got a real good team. Their bullpen's improved. They got one of the best, if not the best, hitting team in the National League East. And we hung with them 2 nights in a row, so that's a positive.
Your young starters' numbers have been really good coming out of the break. I mean, it's safe to say that those few days off have really helped those guys.
I think so. Just take a break mentally more than anything. It's different when you pitch when you play in the big leagues. It's a long season, and there's a lot of pressure. So if you could take that pressure off even for a while, it helps you get back on track.
Is Hernandez a bit perplexing to you?
David Hernandez, yeah, he was better earlier in the year, and we got to get him back to where he was, because he's important to us, in these type of games. Bailey too. Got to get him going.
Before the game, you talked about how Velasquez looked confident recently. What specifically did you see tonight that made you more confident in him, or why did he look confident out there?
Because he pounded the strike zone. I know he had 4 walks, but he wasn't all over the place, and he had a great changeup today, and he had velocity on his fastball with movement, and in general, he pitched well. That being said, he made 0-2 to Yelich. He tried to back foot a slider, and he left it out right in his swing path. That was a mistake, and that's about it.
You're not far removed from your team being pretty hot offensively. What do you see the difference right now?
I don't know, Leslie. We're not grinding at bats out. Sometimes it looks like we're flailing. We're getting too anxious and trying to do too much. Trying to, you have 1 or 2 at bats in a game, and then I think the guys start guessing and start trying to make something happen. Sometimes you have to tip your cap to the pitcher. If he makes quality pitches on you and he got you out, you don't start looking for sliders on the black or fastballs up and in. I mean, you have to maintain your plate discipline, and I think that's the goal right now, to maintain your plate discipline instead of coming out of it and grind out at bats. 2 strikes, you got to put the ball in play, especially with runners in scoring position, things like that.